You have never seen snow before. Not a photograph of it, not a description, not a word for it, nothing in your memory, your parents' memory, or your grandparents' memory comes close to what you are looking at right now. The ground has disappeared, the trees have disappeared, the world you knew yesterday is gone, and in its place is something white, silent, and absolute. And it is still falling. This is not a thought experiment. This happened. Somewhere between 60,000 and 45,000 years ago, a group of modern humans walked out of Africa and into a landscape that no one in their lineage had ever seen. No cultural memory to draw on, no warning, no name for what was killing them. Here is what they didn't know. Snow reflects ultraviolet light with brutal efficiency. Within hours of staring at a white landscape, your eyes begin to burn. Vision blurs. Then it goes completely. Snow blindness is temporary, but if it hits you in open terrain with predators nearby, temporary is enough. The Inuit eventually carved bone goggles with narrow slits to solve this problem. These people had none of that. They had to figure it out from nothing, in real time, while blind. And that was only the first problem. Frostbite has no equivalent in the tropics. There is no way to know from prior experience what it means when your fingers stop hurting. When the pain disappears, it feels like relief. It isn't. The flesh is dying. These people had no word for it, no treatment for it, and no reason to suspect that the absence of pain was the most dangerous sign of all. Then there was fire. Starting fire in wind, in wet, in snow is completely different from starting fire in dry African heat. The techniques that had worked for generations failed. Wood was wet, tinder was buried, the wind ate every spark. But here is what makes this story remarkable. They didn't die out. They adapted, fast. The bone needle, one of the most important inventions in human history, appears in the European archaeological record almost exactly when modern humans arrived in the cold north. Tailored clothing, layered, fitted to the body to trap heat. Before the needle, you could wrap yourself in hide. After it, you could construct something that actually worked. That one tool, small enough to hold between two fingers, is part of why you exist. And then there is this. The modern humans who survived the cold north carry in their DNA between 2 and 4% Neanderthal ancestry. The Neanderthals had been in Europe for 400,000 years before modern humans arrived. They knew things: how to read the weather, where to shelter, how to waterproof a hide. Modern humans didn't just survive the cold. In some cases, they learned it from the people already there. People who, within a few thousand years, would be gone. The world your ancestors stepped into was silent in a way Africa never was. Snow absorbs sound. It swallows footsteps, wind, the movement of animals. Every instinct they had, tuned over hundreds of thousands of years to a noisy, hot, loud continent, was suddenly useless. They had to become something new. And they did. Which means every time you step outside on a cold morning, pull a coat around you, and feel the particular quiet of a world covered in white, you are doing something your ancestors invented under the worst possible conditions, with no instruction and no second chance.